part of the Press Play Podcast Network.
Welcome back, everybody, to Podcast 616. I am your host, Damon Royster, and today we're talking about the Marvel film Guardians of the Galaxy Volume 2, a.k.a. the one where they tried too hard to have a good time. We are joined by two fabulous guests. I mean, I don't know. I haven't heard them on a podcast before, so we're going to find out together. They're two friends, dear friends. I know who they are. This first guest, man, truly did not tell me anything about how to introduce them, so I'm just going to wing it. I've known this person since 2017, a little thing called the Bob Curry Fellowship. Shout out to that building. Please welcome Rob Wilson. Rob, how are you doing?
I'm good. Hey, what's up?
Hey, how's it going? Good.
Chilling.
You doing well?
Doing real well, man. Can't complain. Won't do it.
Beautiful. All right, I enjoy, and we got to have another guest. And this next guest, some may say they're my evil twin. Some may say they're just evil. Jury is out. This is a Second City darling of ETC at main stage. It's EJ Cameron. Hello, EJ.
Hello. What's up? How you doing, Damon? My evil twin. I'm the good twin.
Oh, yeah, for sure. Yeah, I've done a lot of fucked up shit. What's going? Did I pronounce your last name right?
Cameron.
Yeah, Cameron.
Cameron is my stage name. Is what I tell people when I'm on set, to put the Cameron me.
Oh no. It begins. Well, folks, we watched Guardians of the Galaxy Volume 2. I made them watch it. Rob, give me your initial thoughts, feelings, Guardians of the Galaxy. But also before that, Rob, how do you normally take in Marvel? Like, are you a Marvel fan, or is this your first time watching it? What's going on?
Yeah. No, I'm a huge Marvel fan. I've watched everything that they've ever made. Solid mid. It was just fine. There were some good bits, but overall, Kurt Russell, aka my third favorite part of Tombstone, was a whole hell of a lot. But everybody else did their very best. It was okay. I went to sleep on it twice, but I did finish.
Damn. Okay. I would love to know those parts. I think I could guess what parts you fell asleep on. Going to EJ. EJ, what's going on? Marvel, Guardians of the Galaxy Volume 2. How do you feel? How are you doing?
I'm feeling great. Thank you for asking. I love Marvel. I'm a huge Marvel fan. I rarely don't watch the movies more than once. That sounds wild. Like, now that I'm saying it and realizing it, because I was watching it last night and I was like, oh, I watched this once. And I usually go, okay.
And just keep on going.
Yeah, I just keep on going. A few of them, Black Panther, I've seen a bunch. I saw that in theaters a bunch.
Pandering.
So what?
What?
I believe Rob accused you of pandering to what he assumes is our Black audience.
Just to play both sides. My other one, Civil War.
Also pandering.
When Black Panther was introduced.
Okay, Ragnarok.
Pandering to Taika.
Oh, please. Me and Rob saw Love and Thunder. We got... But I've seen a bunch of them. Endgame, Infinity Wars, I've seen that a bunch of times. But the rest of them, I feel like when you watch it once, you go, okay, I get it.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, totally agree. And with this one, I don't even know if I get it. It's such literally this whole movie. Spoiler alert, I don't care for Guardians of the Galaxy Volume 2. And the reason we watched it is because I'm watching all of the Guardians movies because they showed up in Love and Thunder. And you gotta do this one. And it just kind of like, they don't really, like, is this all one day, this whole movie? Or at least maybe 2 days? It's like a weekend.
They don't really talk about the time change. They say it's going to take us, a couple of days to fix this ship. And then boom, they're flying on an egg.
Yeah.
They got kidnapped. People are gods.
There's this gold woman who's just like the sovereign or chasing after them.
The whole thing doesn't make any sense. Like all the gold people are playing this video game where there's no consequences for their ships blowing up. Like egos are aptly named. Like he's just the worst. Like he's a bad guy, like a mustache kind of bad guy, like which you don't usually see. Usually there's some sort of nuance. You think like a Killmonger in my favorite movie, Black Panther. Yeah. But like, there's no real good argument. He just wants to be a dick, which kind of sucks, Oh,
yeah, and like, it just feels like it just kind of plops there. Like, oh, here's your dad. Here's daddy. I mean, I'm gonna do a lot of work for this movie, but I know from Disney Plus that in the timeline, Guardians of the Galaxy 1 and 2 are back to back. So I just talked about Guardians of the Galaxy last week, and at the end, Peter Quill touches the Power Stone and like stops Ronan the Accuser. God, fuck him. And so he like uses his celestial ancestry power, which would probably trigger Ego like, oh, he's out there, my son, I can do my plan. So that would explain why he shows up to collect him. But the movie doesn't say that. I said that after, years after.
Yeah. It feels like the movie feels like it's made for white guys that didn't have close relationships with their dads.
Oh my God. Yeah.
It's like, me and my dad would sit in the car and listen to these songs and never speak.
How did you go to Rob Wilson? All the dad stuff. What did that work for you, or did you find it very annoying and cloying? Like,
I thought it was pretty annoying. It seemed like it was shoe wedged in. They needed a plot device. They needed a reason why, like, Peter couldn't see that this dude was obviously something fucking weird. And then the stepdad of it all. You can't leave. What's your boy, the blue guy?
Oh, Yondu.
You can't leave Yondu out of this. Now, as bad as Kurt Russell was, Yondu was at least that good. You know what I mean? Like everything except for the main storyline worked for me better than the main storyline. So like, I like that dad relationship that they were trying to do, but it just was so imbalanced that it just kind of I don't know, pissed you off, because like, how could you not see it if we, the audience, could kind of put it together?
Yeah, like they were trying to do, like, it felt like they were trying to give every one of the Guardians a moment. That's why like, Drax and Mantis have their thing, Nebula and Gamora have their insane fight, truly out of nowhere. But it's clearly like Peter Quill is the main plot, but I don't know. It's just very, like I said, shoehorned in. And then I got some Yondu issues.
Okay. What's the deal?
The Ravagers make no sense. They're like, don't you ever kidnap a kid, but also when it's time to kill people, you got to kill people. And it's like, what, you know what I mean? Like,
what's the code?
What's the code?
There are codes. There used to be a code, but no women and children. The mafia.
Yeah, the anti-Titanic sinking plan.
Spoiler alert.
EJ, as you sip your coffee, I was going to ask you, talk to me about Yondu, the Ravagers. Your cup says EJ, don't forget. Were you like excited to see the Ravagers again?
I mean, they're cool. They're cool. I wasn't excited. I mean, it was like, we got Sylvester Stallone. I guess he's going to come back in a movie later. I don't know. It's Sylvester Stallone. You would think he would. It all felt like it's a trope that was played before. And I think that goes to Rob's point of saying how, we all saw it coming. Mm-hmm. There's always my actual dad's here. And he's like, surprise, I'm going to steal everybody's kidneys. And then the guy that you hated, who raised you, but you hate him, then later you're like, oh, you were my dad the whole time. Aww.
You know what? I'm going to say it right now.
But I should love you more, Dad.
I think this movie has a dangerous message. I'm so sorry to take it here. I think it's so stupid. It seems like this movie is encouraging unspoken love. Like, that's good. Like, Rocket and Yondu, and then also Gamora. It's like saying, like, don't say you love somebody. It's like show, don't tell. But that's true for writing and performing. But I think for life, you should tell people how you feel and not just assume that your sarcastic barbs at them will show your love. You know, like I'm very sarcastic with EJ and I can't stand him, you know.
I know.
I'm not
I've
having
been
any true
friends for
feelings.
so long. I was going to say, you sound like everybody I've dated. They're like, why don't you communicate? I'm like, I'm here. What do you mean? That means I like you. Like, I'm sitting here with you eating breakfast. Stop asking me questions about how I feel.
I do think that like, yeah, you're 100% right there, Damon, in that like the show that you have to say that you love people, because like what would have happened, let's say, if, you know, I don't know, I'm having so much trouble thinking of the green Gamora. What color are they? Yeah, right. If Gamora, you know, made a misstep and like just so happened that her sister killed her by accident, they would have never had that moment. You know what I mean? Like, so like, you know, 1 millisecond, you know, less agility, and like there would have never been that resolution to where these sisters are like, oh man, you're my sister. I do like the bro hug that they did at the end. It was like real fast. It was like, all right, cool, we're good. Yeah, she patted her. Yeah, patted her on the back 3 times, dapped her up real fast, and was like, all right, we sisters now, goodbye. Which doesn't make any sense also, because like later on, you know, in the timeline, blue chick goes crazy because Gamora eats it. She was like, and I was like, all y'all had was one hug your whole life. And I was like, this is what you do?
But hold on, but if you look at who their father is, that one hug means so much in the grand scheme. Like, really look at the family scheme here.
Yeah, I mean, like, if your whole life was just torturing each other and being forced to do battle royales for your dad, and then you have one hug, I mean, and a lifetime of 0 hugs. For Nebula?
Maybe.
Okay, so I think we talked about, that was the main plot. Talking about these characters, EJ Cameron, what, is there any Guardian of the Guardians of the Galaxy that you are fond of? Anyone that you were like, oh, the tree is back?
Absolutely, the tree. Groot is so cute, but also I'm like, Baby Groot is a means to sell toys.
100%.
Oh, yeah.
And while watching it, I feel it. I'm going, damn, he's cute.
Mm-hmm.
I hate how cute he is. Stupid ass cute little tree. You know what I'm saying? Like, they start messing with him and kicking him around. I'm like, no, not Groot. What
about when they put the clothes on him though? That was funny.
Yeah, he was not fucking with it.
So you can get
my two favorite though, I'm gonna say Rocket. Rocket gets busy. Also, if you play Marvel vs. Capcom 3, he gets busy in that one. Very good use of a guy. And Dax the Destroyer, everything else, you can see them trying to be funny and trying to do the comedy. But man, Dax just has that, like, his shit just hits. Because it's like, it's so not supposed to be funny. It's funny, but you're like, it's supposed to be funny, but he's not playing the funny the way most people would play the funny, if that makes sense.
Mm-hmm. Absolutely. Like the callback of ow, my nipples, for me, save the movie for me.
So good.
It's so good. Oh, my nipples.
Like, give me a badass who's not supposed to, like, even be that person. It's like, yeah, talking about his nipples or just laughing and playing pranks. And he doesn't understand what a prank really is. He's awful, but it's great.
Yeah.
100%. Rob Wilson, how about you? Any Guardians stand out for you?
I will say I want to drop in here. Come to find out, like, as far as Marvel is concerned, they rank like Rocket like up there with Wolverine. Like, you know what I mean? Like, he's supposed to be one of the baddest motherfuckers in the universe, like, which is crazy. I know, do the research. It's there. I would say it's hard because, like, those are what EJ said, or those are like, so kind of supposed to be your favorites. Quill is kind of, it's the orange is the new black of it all. You know what I mean? Like, the main character is your least favorite. Like, I don't give a fuck about Piper.
Take me back to 2012. Yes.
Hey, you did it. Right? Deep cuts. That's where we're at. I wanted to like Gamora. She's okay. If I'm going to pick different favorites than EJ, and we will note those two because those are good. Mantis is a fantastic foil for Dax. Like their shit is some of the best shit in the movie, and I think that Nebula in her because all of these people on the Guardians are definitely buffoons, right? And yes. Nebula is about that business and never stops being about that business and tells them about themselves 100,000% of the time. And I appreciate that. It was like, we're all going to fucking die. And like, I believe her. Like everything Nebula says, I believe her, except the fact that she can kill Gamora because, that's proven to be false. But like everything else is 100% on point. So if I'm going to pick two, I think those would be my two outside of the two that you're just supposed to love. Yeah.
Yeah. And Nebula also great comedy chops.
Yeah.
Delivered a lot of funny bits.
Yeah.
Like when she ate that fruit, it's like, it's not right.
That was exactly what I was thinking. It's such a wild and random, like it wasn't needed. Mm-hmm. It didn't move anything forward, but it like humanizes this non-human of like how, but also shows how she's not human. Just, it's not right.
Yeah.
Well, okay.
I do want to, you talk about dope lines. I have to come back to the Mantis joint of like when Dax is like retching, you know what I mean? Like, I couldn't possibly fuck you. And she was like, I don't even know if I like the thing that you are. Right. And I gotta be, I was done for. I was like, that's great.
Nobody knowing that he's a raccoon and calling him everything else. The triangle face fox.
Right. Trash panda.
All that. I'm like, yo, they are killing him, and he's just sitting there like, man, I hate y'all. Don't even know what I can do.
Nashville, and I would also throw in for my favorite two, definitely Drax and Mantis with a little bit Nebula on the side. Before we take a quick break, I just want to make a public service announcement. Michael Rooker, who plays Yondu, I don't know. I have no evidence, but I know that man is a racist. I'm just going to put it out there. Like, I have no factual evidence of this. I have no documentation, no audio clips, but I know. I feel it. Like, when Barack Obama got elected president, he was not happy. I just know. Like, he didn't post anything. He just went to bed.
He didn't post anything. He don't got no black squares. He didn't even do that. He didn't
even do that. Like, so that man, so whenever he's like, you hear me, boy? That whole thing, I'm like, that voice,
that boy,
natural.
That boy hits hard. That boy hits hard.
The hard B.
Also, what a choice to make him like this old gruff Southern racist sounding guy. It's like,
but he's a blue alien
with a metallic mohawk.
How did you know to talk like this?
Like, who taught you that?
Like,
what part of the galaxy you from?
The South Side. He's from the deep South, Nebula.
I'm from the deep South side of space.
Our planet's all cousins.
He did abduct a child and force the child to do work for him.
But like, don't gloss over it. He abducted a lot of children. Like Peter was the last one. You know what I'm saying? He was like, I've had enough. Selling these kids into slavery is bad now.
Now I get it.
Yeah, right?
Ha. Yeah. Okay. Maybe he is white and racist.
Could be.
Well, listeners, while you think that over, we're going to take a quick break. And when we come back, we're going to talk more about Guardians of the Galaxy Volume 2. This is Keep It Right Here. It's a podcast. This is 616.
Hi, my name is Sam Post, owner of Phenomenal CBD Store and PhenomenalCBD.com. That's like phenomenal, CBD.com. Tune in where we talk with experts about how the amazing hemp plant can make a difference for people's health and well-being. from the Press Play Podcast Network.
Hey everyone, this is Don Mike Mendoza, the host of Producing While Asian. Join us in Season 2 for more conversations with actors, artists, producers, and more from Broadway, Hollywood, and beyond, every other Wednesday on the Press Play Podcast Network.
Hello, Brooks here with the Books with Brooks monthly book club podcast. Here's how Books with Brooks works. We read one book a month, and then we talk about it. Classics like Stephen King's The Shining, debut novels like We Are the Brennans by Tracy Lang, and tons of other compelling, life-changing stories, one book and 1 month at a time. So come read along with us, and then listen in.
And we're back. Welcome back, everybody. We're still talking about Guardians of the Galaxy Volume 2. Should we talk about, I'll go to EJ first. EJ, did you stick around for all 4 endings to this movie, post-credits?
I'm over here like there's 4. The last one I saw one with Sylvester.
Oh, there's more.
Oh, shit.
Let's see.
I'm like trying to, maybe I did the first time, but this last go around, I was like, all right, cool, I get it. I know what's coming.
Okay, well, Rob, did you see that scene with the Atom?
I saw it, and
in the casket.
Like EJ though, I saw it like on a previous watch, but also like that rang true for me because I know Adam turns out to be a crazy galactic big bad. You know what I mean? Yeah, he's kind of like if you like DC shit, he's like the great Adaptoid. The Adaptoid or whatever. Basically, if you have a power and use it on him or some shit, he gets it.
Like what they did with a Taskmaster in the Black Widow movie.
Basically, but like with like powers and not just moves. Yeah, if was it Captain Marvel blasted him, then he's like Captain Marvel now. So yeah, Adam becomes a problem.
Oh,
yeah.
No.
Yeah.
Very nice. And then we had that other scene, which you were saying, EJ, with Stallone and like the anti-Guardians, maybe.
An old diamond face. So maybe they'll show up. Which I'm like, good for them if they're setting things up now. Well, when they made that movie for like shit that hasn't even come out yet.
Right. Would either of you are you still into the Guardians? Would you come back?
Yeah. But because I'm supposed to.
That's not just it. It's not because of what they did in their own movies. It's like the stuff they did in Thor: Love and Thunder, the stuff they did in like they're great for being in other people's movies. But like I don't need a whole Guardians album. You know what I mean? Let me get a couple features and I'm good.
Right.
Yeah.
Ooh. That actually brings up another thing. Album-wise, the music. I gotta say, the music was not my favorite part. Like, I love the music of the first movie.
Mm-hmm.
The first one, it was good.
Yeah,
this one was a little bit.
It's fine. Yeah,
mm-hmm.
The first one, the music went so well, and people loved it so much that this second one, it's like the second album curse. Mm-hmm. Everyone's like, oh man, we gotta bet all these hot songs in here, and the songs are okay. And they're the okay versions of the vibe that they're going for, which is going on a ride with my white dad to go, I don't know, fishing or camping or whatever the fuck they do.
That's what they do.
You know, but the music was okay. Like there's songs that I knew, but I didn't know them. The first one, I knew all the songs. Even if I didn't know the name, I was like, I can sing along to this. This one, I was like, okay. Oh, it's a song about father and son, a little on the nose. Never heard of it.
Wasn't it called Father and Son at the end? The Cat Stevens thing?
Yeah. And I was like, okay. That's not the Cats in the Cradle?
Yeah, if you're not playing that Billy Joel, I don't want any part of your white father-son moments. Like I need that the Cats in the Cradle and the silver spoon, little boy blue and a man. I need that. You better get Billy Joel on the phone.
Is that Billy Joel?
I'm sure.
I think that's Cat something. I don't know.
I think that's Cat Stevens.
Too. all their music comes from a specific era and style. I get it, but there ain't no black nothing.
None.
Which is a lot, because at the end of the last movie, he played the new album, and it was Ain't No Mountain High Enough, and I think ABC from the Jackson 5. And I'm like, was that it?
But you would think they would have blown off of that. Sorry. Yeah, they play those two, and that would have been such a cool introduction of him going, oh, I didn't know that. So now this movie is more Motown, but they're still trying to chase that same old sound that they did. So if they have more of a Motown and feel for that, please throw me a drink, Rob. Yeah.
How do I owe you a drink?
Actually, after the price of Love and Thunder, we'll talk later.
Yeah, there were a lot of drinks before that. Everybody and charcuterie, nigga. But like,
what was what's the song that goes like, it was the 3rd of September? Is that Papa Was Rolling Stone?
No, that was
no.
What song am I thinking of?
That was the day my daddy died. Was it not Papa Was Rolling Stone?
I don't remember.
It is the Temptations.
You said September, and I was like, well, it was September, but like, that's not that.
Like, could you imagine at the end when they're like lighting off all those fireworks in space, and we just hear
Yeah, Papa Was a Rolling Stone. It was 3rd of September.
Oh, wow.
Nice. I always remember.
Man, Guardians, next time, call us. Call Podcast 616.
Yeah.
We got
Mr. Mark.
And it doesn't have to be every movie. Like the end of this one, when he gets the Zune, which, gets the Zune.
Wow.
Don't
I had
forget,
a buddy with the Zune in college. And he was like, I don't have an iPod. I have a Zune. And I was like, this nigga's on it. He knows the future. I want to Zoom. Here it is. But like, even let that be, like, let it be, okay, cool. He learns Motown, and now that's his vibe for the second one, like a white guy would. You teach him something, and he's like, this is my new thing now. Then he gets the Zune, and who knows, maybe there's grunge, or maybe there's pop, like 2000s, mid-90s pop music. So now with the third one, we get a soundtrack that's going to be a little whatever that fits the movie.
I will say they burnt up grunge and stuff in Captain Marvel, because I feel like each one of these kind of has the, like, what was it? Love and Thunder felt like hair bands or whatever the hell that was.
Yeah.
So like I don't know if they're staying in the pocket, but they definitely need to at least get to Motown. That would make sense. And also maybe introduce just a black person who's not green. You know what I mean? That'd be great. I'll take that.
Well, I mean, Rob, this is gonna be hard because there's famously no black people in space.
Ain't no niggas in space.
Huh.
You know that?
There was the one African dude. What was the dude? He was in both Captain Marvel and in
Dijon.
Yeah, Dijon, which kind of pisses me off, because I feel like they used Dijon in two separate Marvel roles. Is that not true? Or who was the dude in the original Guardians of the Galaxy?
He was the same person, but like Captain Marvel.
He was the same person.
Yeah, Captain Marvel took place before Guardians because it's kind of a prequel. Took place in the 90s.
Got it.
He didn't die, but he was still like a henchman.
God, that's gotta suck for you, man. It's 20 years in the future, and you still a henchman. My God. My God. Right. Like, what kind of bad guy are you doing to where you can't get any traction? You ain't got nobody underneath you. Nobody. That's crazy.
Nobody you.
Right. No direct reports.
Like, damn, you still sell weed?
Ooh. You still sell this kind of weed? Like, that's wow. You don't know nobody else.
So
crazy.
So you make a living. You make a living like this?
All right. To each their own.
In this economy?
I mean, he's dead now. I think he was killed by Groot. I think.
He needed it. Like he wasn't some people just come to their end. Like if you're not gonna go nowhere, wrap that shit up.
Any stray thoughts of Guardians of the Galaxy Volume 2? Did we? I don't know if we talked about Taserface. I don't need to talk about Taserface. I don't need to talk about the Ravagers at all.
You said straight thoughts?
Right.
Stray thoughts, but I would assume they're the same for these guests.
That's what I was like, I don't even know what that means.
Yeah, what are your straight thoughts?
This is a segue to Kill Fuck Mary. What are your straight thoughts? Mm-hmm. Yeah, the movie is fine. That's my straight thought. It's cool. Rewatching it, I remembered why I didn't rewatch it. As soon as I played, I was like, yeah, I remember this.
Mm-hmm. What was left on the table? Nothing. Yeah, like there wasn't a lot to this movie. There wasn't a lot. I want to see what I do want to see? I want to see more of, I want to see what Gamora's like, because that's the thing. That's the stray thought. They keep talking about this great love affair and shit that Quill and Gamora have. Like they talk about it in later movies and shit like that. And like, there's like no chemistry between the two of them, which is nuts to me. It almost, in fact, when he made her dance with him, it almost felt a little inappropriate. You know what I mean?
No consent for the dancing.
Right. There was no consent in the whole thing. And then and she also didn't seem like she was into it. So like,
it's very much like we're the two top billed stars of this movie and we're opposite genders. So obviously there's a romance that has to happen.
But yeah, I think you were asking, will we see the third one? Yeah. I'm gonna see the third one.
Yeah, for sure.
I'm gonna watch it, and that's another thing. And I'm gonna throw this out there. I feel like ever since, actually no, Shang-Chi was banging, but everything else in this phase, I've been kind of like, I've been whelmed, not underwhelmed, not overwhelmed, just whelmed.
Where does that come from? I can't remember. I remember that bit.
There's 10 Things I Hate About You, the movie. My least favorite teen movie. It was Gabrielle Union's line.
Oh, okay.
Because I was like, have I seen the movie? And that's probably the only thing I've seen from it. I was like, Gabrielle. All right, that's enough.
What's funny is that line happens in the first 5 minutes of the movie, I believe.
Well, there we go.
Right
at 15 minutes, I didn't see her again. I said, that's enough.
Beautiful. I will also see the third one. I'll be cautious. This will be the last Guardians I will go to see. If it's not good, we done.
But you think, and then you're gonna be like, I gotta watch it to find out what's gonna happen. And
now with like Disney Plus, I can wait. It's gonna show up.
That is the thing too. I don't feel as inclined to go to the movies, and I still go. Like I watched Doctor Strange at home, and I'm glad I did. I know this is a segue from other shit, but I definitely watched that at home, and I said, thank goodness.
Heart, I couldn't have disagreed more. What a journey that was. But if you want to hear my thoughts on that, please listen to our Doctor Strange Multiverse of Madness podcast episode. But we're going to go on a different journey because, what may have been lacking with Peter and Gamora was a little sexual chemistry, but don't worry. We're going to make up for it with our favorite segment that we do this week and every week. Fuck, Marry, Kill. We're going to pick some characters and we're going to decide who we're going to fuck, marry, kill. I have decided that we are going to choose from the pool of the Guardians themselves. And this time around, that would be Baby Groot. Please don't. Drax, Gamora, Peter Quill, Rocket, Nebula, and our newest Guardian, Mantis. I will be kind and I will go first to give my guests time to think. Let me think. Fuck, marry, kill. Who do I want to do? Well, I definitely want to kill Peter Quill. Cannot stand him. I didn't like, if you're listening to our last week episode of Guardians of the Galaxy, my opinion has not changed. If you notice, we barely talked about Chris Pratt at all in this movie. What did I write down in my notes? I want to get this right. Chris Pratt is a great video game actor. End of sentence. I don't know why he's in movies. So I'm going to kill Peter Quill. I'm going to fuck Drax because I'm not an idiot and I like what I see. and I enjoy it. That's what's going to happen. And honestly, curveball, I'm going to marry Mantis because I love that sleep power. Like somebody who just go to sleep. And like every night she could just put me to sleep. It's great. And she's so weird to talk to. It's always going to be a fun time. And she can always feel my emotions. So she know like, okay, he needs some time. I'm going to give him some space. And I wouldn't treat her like a slave like Kurt Russell. So those are my picks. Let's go to EJ Cameron. What are your picks?
All right, boom. Quill, you out of here. You're dead, son. All right? Gotta kill him. He wearing all that leather. He looked like his butt stank. I don't know. He just don't look like he washed properly. You know, he just looked like there's a smell. Like, you know, that's his captain's seat because it smelled funny.
Yeah.
You know, they gotta crack the space window to get that smell out. Gamora. Come on now, for fucking. Come on now. A little bit of danger. You know what I'm saying? You know what I mean?
Put like a knife to your throat the whole time.
Please. 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 That's what if it wasn't anybody in the on the team, I would have said my gold girl, whose name is Aisha.
Come on. It is Aisha. I remember that.
So I was like, so I don't know. She started the movie talking crazy. And I said, yo, what's she talking about?
When she was saying like, she wanted to explore
a
man's body for historical.
Yeah.
Science. Some old school science. I said, oh, this actually starts? I forgot. I said, I like that. And oh my God, what's my name? What's her name? I just forgot it. You just said it, who I'm gonna marry.
Mantis?
Yes, Mantis.
Oh, Mantis.
I was about to be like, Bug Girl. Yes, the sleep. As I told you earlier, I'm like, people are like, EJ, you gotta communicate. But she just touched my shoulder and know exactly the words I don't ever really know how to put. She can put me to sleep, you know. Like, I'm interested because I know she's part bug and she's talking about a larva. So I'm like, but I'm worried that there's like some that's going to be like the antenna I could work around.
But the
antenna I might mess with, you know what I'm saying? But
actually, no, I don't know I don't want to know.
You know what I'm saying.
Also, they light up.
Start hitting this little movie, start motherfucking on them antenna. This is purely recorded, right? They don't see this.
Yeah. Audio only.
But if you must know, I'm stroking the antenna. I just want to make sure. You know what I'm saying? But like, what if, God forbid, you know, I mean, you know, I'm not judging anybody. What if she got like 8 legs somewhere that I don't need it to be 8 legs? And I'm gonna leave it at that. But she seems really sweet and nice and caring, so I can maneuver with that.
Smart. Rob Wilson.
Hey there. I want to be a little bit different. You chose both of y'all chose a lot of the things that I was going to choose, but I started thinking about it. I want to go a different way. So I'm going to go ahead and marry Gamora. Okay. Because I need a ride or die in my life. You know, you see us walking into, the function, and it's me and Gamora. She about 6'2". You know what I'm talking about? You know what I mean? And high heeled, work boots or whatever the fuck she's wearing. It's going to be dope. Also, if I understand marriage, I get to fuck her sometimes.
Sometimes.
Yeah, I don't.
I mean, not to nerd out, but that means Thanos is your father-in-law and Nebula is your sister-in-law.
Yeah, that's crazy too, because I'm a fuck Nebula. Yeah, and get messy. We getting wild messy. You understand what I'm saying? Because she seems mean, bro, and I like that shit. You know what I'm talking about? She got robot parts. Don't never tire out. You know what I'm talking about? I'm coming back re-up after re-up, you know what I'm saying, bouncing back and forth, maybe in the family house. Who the fuck knows? I'm getting it in.
My nigga trying to put a USB in that motherfucker.
However long it takes to charge my phone, that's how long we're going to do this.
USB-C, that shit goes faster.
Around for the outlet.
Yeah, he's like, yeah. And she got that one human hand in case, just saying.
That's your sister, but okay.
Yeah, sure is. But but also though, like, that like they ain't like real sisters, and they wild competitive. So like, you know what I mean? They both want to be the best, and like, hey, I get to be the judge. That's wild. It was like, I'll fuck you better. And I was like, I don't know, baby.
Love that you're wearing a shirt that's blue and green, by the way. I think that's
I'm repping. I rep that shit all day. And I'm gonna kill Groot because I want problems. I want all the smoke. Fuck capitalism. Groot's out of here. I can't understand what he's saying. I need a translator. That's not really where I'm at. You know what I'm saying? Like, Groot, you gotta go. You don't add a lot. You know what I'm saying? Especially if I got a Drax on the team and, I could call Thanos up and he can snap some shit. Like, I don't need you, Groot. I think we got it.
True. And I didn't go too hard this time like I did last time, but I'm going to say it again. You could not get me to care about a cartoon character.
Mm-mm.
When the little CGI raccoon and the tree are crying, I don't care.
Mm-mm.
I don't care that the computer man just pressed some buttons and said, cry now. That's not real emotion.
Also,
it's Bradley Cooper.
It's also not real emotion because the dude who plays Groot doesn't do emotion. AKA we care about family, Vin fucking Diesel. Like, I don't give a shit. I am Groot. Like, if he was a better actor, I could tell what Groot was saying, but he's not. So I can't.
Bro, what a bag to get. What an audition and bag and role to get. You're in all these, you're in the Marvel universe and you just go, I am Groot. Like, does he just say it once? And then and then he goes, y'all got it, flip that, and then send me my money. Or just send a thing all day and be like, I am Groot. I am Groot.
You know the Vin Diesel's method.
Oh,
in there with a tank top smelling like Axe body spray.
He's a stone cold billionaire though.
Stone cold. And that's the segment, everybody. Man, thank you so much. Michael, please, we got to work on getting that clean rating taken off of this podcast. This is explicit. Don't worry, it's been that way. You're good.
Okay.
I thought so. I was like, this. Oh, I was gonna ask, but I said, nah, this feels.
I felt like you came in hot, so I just followed your lead.
Oh, absolutely. I loved everything you said, and I can't wait to hear it again. But this is Podcast 616. EJ, if people wanted to find you in the world, online, where can they find you? Are you online with your longest Instagram handle?
If you're trying to find me, fucking don't. I like being left alone. I'm just chilling. I'm in Second City all the damn time on main stage. Come check it out. The tickets are way too expensive. On Instagram, I'm EasyJesus19. I think it's 4 E's. Usually if you start typing in 4 E's and then a Z, my name pops up. On Twitter, I'm EJ_Cam19. I don't be tweeting nothing. I just like and retweet stuff. That's where I'm at. You can message me and say hi. I might say hi back. But you'll catch me at your local watering hole, drinking and smoking weed out front.
Damn, I don't think you're supposed to drink outside the bar. But
they don't stop me.
No, because I think you're me. Patio season, bitch. Rob, where can we find you?
Yeah, you can find me in far different places than old EJ. It's Instagram. It's Rob _Will's son, as in I will son you if you come at me strange. So Rob at Rob Wilson, and then the _dope_Ness. I'm directing a new show If you're in Chicago, come see it. We're testing out material right now every Saturday at 7 at the Annoyance. And we will put on a big, crazy show come September, and that'll be every Friday at 8. So, yeah, check that shit out.
Beautiful. Oh, I love it. My name's Damon Royster. You can find me on Instagram at Damon Royster. You can find me on Twitter at DaymanRoyster88. That's DaymanRoyster. This is Podcast 616. You can follow this podcast at Podcast 616P3. P3 stands for Press Play Productions, the network that we are working for and under. Producer Michael, if you want to hop on the mic real quick, what letter grade would you give this podcast?
A double plus. Double plus.
Hell yeah. Ooh, this GPA.
As soon as we get off this shit, he about to be like, motherfucking D.
Boo!
You said you're going to kill Baby Groot?
He said, nah, out of here.
Michael loves Groot. Thank you so much. Also, follow me at Gay Frazier on Twitter. That's gay with 2 A's because that's how gay it is. It's great. You're going to love it. Thank you all so much. Guardians of the Galaxy Volume 2. If you have to see it, go see it. But if you can skip it, I recommend skipping it. This is Podcast 616. We'll be back again next week. We're going to be heading into the Marvel of it all with Miss Marvel. But until that time, please remember that with great power comes even greater responsibility.